Welcome, everybody, to another episode of In the Divide. I'm coming to you now because we have governance coming up in Algorand. And I wanted to give a couple of facts, hopefully a couple of pointers during this governance. Some things have slightly changed. Like I said, this community, I want to make sure we're all aware of some of the benefits and the things that's going to happen coming up with this governance period. So without further ado, again, I need everyone to do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like the video. YouTube's like people when they like the video, and I like people when they like the video. Also, dislike the video. If you dislike, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. Have a conversation in the comment section. And without further ado, let's get into this. This is not financial advice. And hopefully everybody knows at this point, I do hold algo in my bag. One of my things that I hold with various other cryptocurrencies. I want to share my screen now because there's a couple of things, algo news-ish I want to show you. Of course, this is the third period of voting with Algorand. And of course, governance is where you actually get to go ahead and stake some of your tokens, and you get to vote on whatever thing I guess we're going to vote on this cycle. I don't think the question is yet until, of course, the voting doesn't start until what is that? April 30th, April 31st. So we won't get the questions to then. But what I want people to know is that this voting period, there has a unique thing where there's other project that is going to allow you to help you stake your governance. Because what you could do is you come here and you stake a number of algos here. And in the algos that you stake, you get a reward. There's you get a certain amount of rewards for staking them. So when you stake your rewards here, you cannot pull them out. They have to stay there until the end of the voting section. So you have to make sure you pay attention to that. And I think the voting is from April, May-ish to about October. I mean, not October, August. But be aware that you cannot move your tokens. But that's not what I want to show you. Just here is we have Algophi. Algophi has a section here where you can actually add your money here, your Algos tokens here. You add your tokens here, and then once you add your tokens, 100% of your tokens, you can go ahead and move over to governance. And once you see the governance tab, you can go ahead and commit your money to governance there, and that becomes committed. You also can remove your tokens too, but once you do remove your tokens, you are you're no longer eligible for rewards. So what's here, it actually tells you about what your wallet is. It tells you estimated rewards, and it tells you how much you've committed to, how much your committed algos are. I like those things, but one of the things you have to understand is when you do this, you can come here and you got your algos locked here. So what you could do when you're on here is you have a borrow limit. you can go ahead and go in here and borrow some algo. And if you borrow algo, you can go ahead and take that algo out and maybe stake it in Tiny Man and to keep on farming it. So you can not only earn the interest that you would get in the governance period, but you can stake that to get rewards outside where you can, go to Yieldly. Algogard is actually doing some staking also through governance. But I want people to understand that as you learn and if you go on trying to stake your money into this project, try to be smart about what you're doing. Um, Staking is one of the lower risk ways of continue to build on your money. It's not like the liquidity pools where you need something specific to happen, things supposed to go up. This here is basically you holding your tokens in a set thing for a period of time, and then you getting the rewards of that. I thought it was a pretty cool and neat thing to do, so I wanted to make sure I showed everyone about that governance. Also, before we go, a little more news from Algorand. So how decentralization is making everyone their own CEO. This is one of my premises of why blockchain is such an important thing in this day and time. And see here, this is Jason Lee. He is one of the CEOs at the Algorand Foundation. So I wanted to kind of drop down to this highlighted area and read one of the major factors that I think we should be paying attention to. It says right here in decentralization and Web3 is a very important piece of blockchain because that what makes it uniquely capable of really delivering the global promise of blockchain technology. And why is decentralization so important? I think in one word, intermediaries. Intermediaries have shaped our world. And pretty much when they say intermediaries, that means the bank. The bank becomes, in every transaction you go to the store, the bank has become an intermediary. It becomes a partner every time you go to the store, every time you use a credit card, every time you use your debit card, the bank makes money, either fees or charges. It makes money through the stores, through you. Every time a transaction coming, those are intermediaries. They're the ones that's giving access to the transaction. So these are the people who are in charge of the world, shaping and acquiring all the money because they're part of almost every transaction. And it says, and that has really been the whole premise of what Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. Web 1 being the focus of just one-way function, that's basic internet. Web 2 is where there is an actual intermediary that help us engage on the internet, kind of like Amazon, as we know. But in Web 3, we're removing intermediaries. And that results in a very high level, simplistic way. In decentralization, Algorand serves to meet that purpose, even decentralizing our Algorand Foundation itself through our home community governance program. So basically what this is saying, where everyone becomes their own CEO, is that you're going to be making financial decisions, how your money works, how investments work through your money, and you're going to be responsible and see how much money your money can bring to you. It's kind of the crowdfunding source where you get to say, well, I want my money there. So you get the return on your money instead of the bank or some intermediary. So your money can be working for you at all times. And this is what the blockchain, this is what cryptocurrency is going to be giving us, where people who need money, you can borrow, you can let people borrow money with the smart contracts that's going to be coming back. You can actually have people borrow money, like I showed you in the Algophi. We are lending our money to these different projects, and they're giving us the return on the money instead of a bank. This is the new way the economy will work: peer to peer, person to person, and you have the ability to actually make money and monetize things. That's what the NFTs or things are starting to begin to create. You're going to monetize your own content, your own label, your own brand. It's not going to be run by advertisers. Of course, the big corporations are going to try to find a way to monetize things, but in its essence, it's giving people power again to be able to be individuals, be able to control the things that they need. There's going to be scary parts to this because most people are not comfortable managing and depending on their own selves to be successful and sustainable. We've been taught to depend on governments. We've been taught that this is the way we should go. And once you leave that, there's going to be always a hesitancy for people to ingratiate, to hold on, to grasp new concepts, even if it's beneficial to them. So this is what we wanted to do today. Hopefully, even with the governance, you learn to stake your money, learn to make sure the money that you put in, you're getting a use for it, you're getting paid for it, and you're getting comfortable with being your own boss. You're comfortable with managing your own money. Your own 401k, basically. You're starting to manage it. So pay attention to your money, pay attention to the changes, pay attention to government, pay attention to all the things that's going to be needed for you to continue to grow your nest egg, grow the blockchain Algorand, and hopefully you'll leave your questions in the comment. Hit the bell notification so you know next time I come out with some hot news, some interesting takes, and some new Algorand will be over $1. That's my hot take of the day. Diamond hands, people, diamond hands. So keep on hotling, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.